Okay, we are going to do a quick example here. This will be similar to exercise 14.5, but it covers some of the basic principles of bonds. Let's look at exercise 14.6 on page 741. And the problem goes, the Gorman Group issued $900,000 of 13% bonds on June 30th for $967,707. The bonds were dated June 30th, mature on June 30th, 2029, so they're 20-year bonds. Market yield for bonds of similar risk and maturity is 12%. Interest paid on a semi-annual basis. So what we're going to do then is we just need to prepare our entries. So the first thing we're going to do when we make an entry is we're going to debit cash for the amount of cash that we have, which will be our $967,707. Let me format this here quick. Okay. Next, we have the face amount of our bonds. So we'll have our bonds payable. Okay, our bonds payable are going to be for the face amount of the bond, so $900,000. What's left? Well, since we sold the bonds, we're getting more cash than what we had issued them for. The bonds are being sold at a premium. So we are going to have a premium on our bonds payable, which is basically just going to be the difference, $67,707. So that bond premium then is going to be amortized over the life of those bonds, so over those 20 years. So that's the point. That's the first one. Let's go to the second one. And okay, next we're going to record the interest expense for 2009 at the effective rate. So our effective rate is 6%. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to have interest expense, and it's going to be calculated at our market rate of 6% times our amount we received of $967,707. Okay, so our interest expense is going to be $58,036. Our premium on our bonds, we're going to need to discount or amortize. And then finally, our cash is still going to be our face amount of 6.5% times our bond face amount of $900,000. So the amount of cash we're paying is $58,500. The difference of $438 is for the premium of the bond discount. Okay, so our total interest expense, including the premium on bonds, is $58,500, but we're allocating that between interest expense and the premium on the bonds, which are amortizing over those 20 years. Okay, and again, since we're using the effective interest rate, the market interest rate was 12%, and we're doing it for 6 months, so that is a 6% rate. Finally, on the June 30th interest, we are going to again have our interest We're going to have our interest expense of 6%, only we're going to take that times our face amount of our bond, the amount we sold our bond for, $967,707, but we're going to subtract the amount of the bond premium that we've already taken, that we've already amortized, so that's $438. So we multiply that out, and we end up with $58,036. Excuse me, on the top one I multiplied wrong. I did my calculation before. It's $58,062. There we go. That'll make it add up. You can drag it over there, and you can see there that you can check your bottom there and it'll tell you it's 58.5. My premium then on bonds will be next, but we're going to do it the easy way because we can just say cash again is going to be our 6.5% times 967,707, excuse me, times our face amount, 900,000. Okay, so our bond cash payment remains the same. Our difference is going to be the amount of bond premium we're going to allocate is the difference between our 58.5 cash interest and our interest expense of 58,036. So we have 464 premium on bonds that we are amortizing. And that is all that is to 14.6. Your problem 14.5 is very similar to that, only you are doing you are issuing at a bond discount instead of a bond premium, so you're going to do the same type of thing. Okay, so that is how we do that.